Ambarish Balika is joining in as well. Ambarish, good morning. Good to have you here. What's your sense on the market direction near term, Ambarish? So yesterday was a big move, but you had a pretty, last week, Thursday and Friday, you had a similar 5.5% move, which got sold into almost entirely on Monday and Tuesday this week. This week, Tuesday and Wednesday, you had Wednesday and Thursday, day before yesterday and yesterday, you've had big 5.5% pullback. What happens? Does this get sold into, or we find some levels here, stabilize around here?
I think it'll get sold into, and this is what I've been saying for a while, that any sort of a major upside, utilize that to exit, because they are only pullbacks. And what we have been noticing in the near past, I think Rajat can throw more light on this, that we are seeing lower tops and lower bottoms. That really shows that the market is clearly in a downtrend. And I think this upside which we saw yesterday has more or less closed off today. Don't really see the markets crossing 54.50 in a hurry. And I think on the lower side, we have that support at about 5200 levels, which was broken, intraday sometime back. But I see that breaking decisively. And it's very much possible that we could see the markets, closer to 4800 levels over the next couple of weeks. Because today I don't think we are in a crisis-like situation. I think it's clearly a crisis, and people are just looking as to whom to blame than to really find a solution. And looking at the way the inflation is going to shoot up, looking at the way the input costs are going to shoot up, I really don't see the economy performing. I think we are still in a very clear downtrend, and nothing really will change till you really have a proper, you have elections and you have a strong government at the center, which does not seem, likely as of now. So looking at that sort of a scenario, I don't see, FI investments, coming back in a hurry. And unless they come back, I really don't see the markets performing.
Yeah. Real estate stocks are higher for whatever they're worth. So DLF is up 1.5%. Market is down 0.5%. Real estate is up. So just pointing out the relative outperformance this morning. DLF is up 1.5%. Unitech is up 1.5%. Indiabulls Real Estate is up 3%. HDIL is up 3%. Anantraj is up 6%. Parsavnath, Kolte, Sobha, and I think Godrej Properties, etc. are up as well. As I said in the morning, the land bill, from what it seems positive for owners of land and negative for users of land. Prima facie, we'll get more reactions as we go along. Tech Mahindra is doing the best amongst tech stocks. We'll put out that upgrade. Essentially, the argument with Tech Mahindra, which many have pointed out, is it's cheap relative to others. So, Infi trades at 15 times, TCS trades at 18 times, Tech Mahindra is at about 12.5 odd times, all 1 year forward consensus earnings PE. So, that's the argument in favor of Tech Mahindra. So, and then you get these upgrades on a regular basis. HCL Tech is up 0.5%, Infosys is down 1%, and TCS is up about 1.25%, 1948. Infi barely reacted to news that Ashok Vemuri, once a top contender for the CEO job at Infosys, has quit. It barely reacted. I think it was down for a while. It went up in the green, finally ended kind of flattish yesterday. So it's down 1 today. So relatively to other IT stocks, it's doing pretty badly. It's not a large cut or anything of that sort. Ambarish, so sell. Apart from that, any other advice? For those who can't, any advice?
Yeah. Those who can't really don't have a choice, but then those who can, I think should exit to a large extent, just hold on to cash. Because whatever panics we have seen in the recent past is going to be there to stay for the next couple of months, at least till the elections. And I'm sure you'll get a lot of opportunities at much lower levels. And I think that is the time to get into at least some of these large cap frontline stocks, because there's no point running after mid cap stocks at this point of time. Although they may look extremely attractive, today the valuations may look extremely attractive, but I'm quite sure, they would look still cheaper going ahead. So don't really plunge in a hurry. Just wait for those large cap stocks to come down and pick them up. Like for example, just 3-4 days back, we saw the HDFC Twins fall about 9-10%. Who would have expected that about 3 months back? So we'll see such situations going ahead.
Ambarish, are we even close to, I don't want to say a bottom, but should one start making a list of stocks? If you're building a portfolio from scratch, have a list ready that you'd want to buy when you feel that enough enough selling has happened, enough price damage has happened. That might be whatever 20-25% lower from here. That's possible. But should one get to that task,
Absolutely.
or are we still in the stage of making a list of stocks that you want to sell?
No, I think, clearly the list of stocks which you want to sell is there in your portfolio. So you need not even make out a list. You just need to tick it off saying that these are the stocks where I'm not too sure. A short sell I'll not really recommend. That's for a trader. So, if the person is a trader, can, take those short-term losses whenever you see these bounce back, because the bounce backs are also going to be spirited like what we saw yesterday. In case they can live through that bounce backs, yes, I think you can short sell, but that's not everyone's cup of tea. So, normally I don't recommend short sell, but I think it's clearly time to liquidate your portfolio and sit on cash. And yes, I think you need to have a list, of the stocks you would like to buy and at what prices and the reasons for buying those. Because even if the like the market falls another 10% from here, those stocks fall 20%. I think your reasons should still be valid to buy at those levels, because in case things change for the worse, maybe you may need to review. So yes, keep the list ready, but don't go blindly and buy those stocks.
Sarvendra, markets have opened. Any additional thoughts? You've been listening to both Rajat and Ambarish as well. Pretty diametrically opposite to the view, I guess, fundamental view that you hold. Forget trading.
No, I think I'm definitely, the things that I track, I definitely see that if at all you have a chance of a reversal, this is the place and this is the time. And if at all it has to be from here. Or else, yes, you could have bearish connotations, and then probably I would also want to go ahead and take some positional shorts, and then I would not mind shorting this market and holding. So, in that sense, I would tend to disagree with Amrish in the sense that I would definitely want to short. As he rightly said, for traders, once those confirmations kick in, you'll want to short this market. But that to me right now stands at a 5-10% kind of a probability. 80-90% chances if you're holding 5180 over the next 1 week, then these numbers should hold, and market should stage a meaningful reversal, and then you will quantify the level of that reversal. But I think initially move back towards the 200-day average cluster at around 5650, 5700. That should be the key. And what would be more important then is that if at all we were to cross the 200-day averages, does the FI buying then come back? If it's on an automated kind of a system, which I feel of late it has been. So all the selling has emerged once we have broken the 200-day average. Till then, at that point in time, FIs are not selling to the tune of more than 100, 200, 300 CR. Now you are getting those numbers close to 1,000 odd on days. So I think that has intensified post the break. Once you regain those numbers, I think this money should come back.
Rajat, in terms of trades, what are your thoughts?
In terms of trades, I would say that today DLF and HDFCs of the world are actually doing better. So probably if you have to take any long position, you can think about them. HDFC, if it doesn't fall below 703, then there is a possibility that going further up to about 714. And on the downside, I would say there are quite a few stocks. Things like Coal India can fall further, put a stop above 247, it can go down to 239, but as Ambarish said, that taking short positions in this kind of a market, and you have to be ready for any kind of sharp spikes. So as things go on, I would say that you can take short positions in weak counters, and also the Nifty let us see if it sustains above 5360. If it doesn't, then definitely that would call for an index short as well.
Got that. Gentlemen, thanks very much for your time. Great to have all of you here. Ambarish, Rajat, Sarvendra, good having you with us here this Friday morning. Appreciate it very much. Let's just take a very quick break. Sarvendra comes back in a bit with more ideas, but let's take a break right now. Nifty is barely down 6 points or so, 5400, so holding that level. Bank Nifty futures at 8973, about 1/3% higher as things stand. So that's what you've got. Tech Mahindra, let me just quickly put that stock up. It's at about 1414 on futures. That's about 2.5% higher, and it's moving up. So that's something which is doing well in a market which isn't doing very well. So it opened with a gap of at about 1395 or so, and it's moved about 22 rupees from that point. So big 52 rupee gain, and it's sort of inching up pretty fast. I mean 1418 now, about 3% on futures now, almost 4% on the spot. That's Tech Mahindra for you right now. The others are, up but not that much. HCL Tech is down 3/4, and Infosys, Infi is actually down. TCS is up 1.5 as well, 1955 on TCS right now. Let's just take a quick break. We'll leave you with the MSCI changes which are happening today. Who's hit and who benefits because of passive outflows or inflows. That list. Let's just take that break. We are back in 2 with a special guest on the other side.